everyone, this is Queen Cleopatra and you're watching the life of Queen Cleopatra. I just mentioned in my first video that there was this Indian guy. This is what I want to talk about. Indian guy who posted some video about two people in some church ritualistic thing having sex while other people are dancing around them. I just want to say to that guy that my spirit was really shocked when I saw that, and God told me, you must, to tell you that you must stop with those things. I see in India this whole sex thing is a big thing. The men have no respect. You must really learn to respect what you post and what you don't post, because I could not even get rid of that thing. It was in my face. And these people were now doing their thing, and I couldn't even have a thing where I could say I don't want to watch this. There was no not interested, nothing. I was now just forced to sit and watch this nonsense. You know who you are. And then you also posted some other thing about some festival. You know who you are. That there was a lot of people, and it also looked like two men was, on the down low, also doing that sexual thing, because they were standing behind each other, and it looked like they were doing something. You are disgusting, my dear. You are disgusting, and people's mindsets in the world have to change. We can no longer run on this system. And I want to speak to the church in the same sound, because this is coming in some churches. People are doing this stuff, and God has told me a long time ago, that this stuff is not okay. You will be punished for that stuff. But I'm just warning you, look at what you are posting. There are kids on this channel, there are also teenagers, and you are the ones later on that are using ritualistic things on small children. This is how it starts, and I will be damned if I stand here and look at this nonsense. You must not do that. I don't know what you are from, if it's a ring or if it's something starting now again, because I keep saying this thing is disturbing. I don't want to see it. And beside that, yeah, you probably have your rights, but I have my rights too. And not just that I'm a Christian, I'm a human being. This is not okay. And sex is sacred. Sex is not for this. If you want to do, your sexual things, go into your room. The biggest problem in today's life is there is no respect. Really, in my life, I've seen that. There is just no respect. And I've also, been at places where people try that type of stuff. I've seen stuff like that where I just kindly excuse myself. You know what I mean? We have to learn to, a pastor once said in church, if you never say no to nothing, you will say yes to everything. We must really know what we involve ourselves in. Because this festivals and stuff where you are now having sex, and what is after that? What is next? How will you ever find God again? And you don't care about the connection you have with God. You are not just going on, or whatever. So I'm trying to warn you, and like I say, you will go into worse and worse things until later on you will not even know how to get out of those things. I know how that life works. I've seen it. I've never been part of it, but I've seen it. So I'm just telling you, don't do it. Go and find your self-respect. You've got no respect for yourself, and then you have no respect for that act. That act God put there for two people, not to be, hey, to dance around. I've never in my life seen people have the guts. If you do that stuff, you have really guts to stand up against God, because God does not care if you believe in Him or not. He will punish you badly. That they're dancing around, but two people are doing their thing. It is disgusting. I don't know if people know what disgusting is anymore. It is just not done. In this life, there are some things you just don't do. That is one of them. You go do your sexual acts or what at home. You don't do that stuff. And anyway, you do not cross the line even at home in those type of things. Using children and stuff like that. That is just not done. But what I'm trying to tell this man is what you are posting is not uplifting humanity. Okay, a lot of things don't uplift humanity, but can you look at yourself in the mirror? Go and look. And then the way you are standing there, you are now so happy and you are enjoying yourself that other people are seeing this. It is disgusting. And like I say, you've got no morals. Morals today has become luxury. We now have to find money to buy morals and respect, it seems to be. Because the way people just have none of these things, it is disgusting to see. It truly is. And as somebody, like I said, I was almost in that life. God had almost protected me, always protected me from life. I know that life. I've seen it from afar. I just made sure I never enter it, no matter if I didn't have money. But I have my self respect and I have dignity. We must try to go and get and buy. Look for money, buy your dignity back, sir. Buy your respect back. So you can, like in your culture dictates, go and find a respectable wife and go and marry as your culture dictates. That's one thing I like about the Indian culture. They have respect for marriage, but what you are doing, it is disrespectful in every culture and every tongue. It is disrespectful. And then you just look for stuff like that. What are you trying to do? Is this now how you try to get followers? Oh, Shiri, huh? Is this how you try to get followers? Wakwetu. Must I say that in every language? I don't know how you say, oh hell, or whatever. Oh my goodness. In Indian. If I had a word for that, I would. But you are the epitome of don't do it. So, like I said, I don't know what your name is, but you know what your name is, and you know that I'm talking to you because I was watching that clip maybe a few times over to see, am I seeing right now? What am I even looking at? You know, go find something else. Go build humanity, build your own moral structure. You know, that is how you get followers, that is how you get respect. Because I don't know how you grew up, really. I don't know how you grew up or what kind of mindset you have. A sick mindset, it's not nice. It's disgusting. And I don't want to hear when I'm looking through stuff, suddenly and I see this thing and suddenly I see something else and then, I'm so taken aback because I did not expect it. It's not nice. Okay, so please don't do it. Like I said, go and look for your self-respect. Self-respect is like a luxury today. Go and look for your dignity and integrity. These are things that we must strive after. And like I said, even in your culture, this is not smiled upon, it's disgusting. So, yeah, this is my message for today. Let us try as humans to look for the good, to look for the morally uplifting, and not stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of people, maybe who is not in that lifestyle, was really shocked because I know even in that lifestyle, you will start getting sick of your own crap because it will just get worse and worse. I know I've had friends like that. I've seen people like that, and some of them have even told me, these things is just getting worse and worse. What else would you now do? You sleep with dogs, then you sleep with cats, then you sleep with snakes. Then you, like I said, you now go in the open and you do your thing there. What else will you do? What is next? Hmm. So this is what I'm trying to say from my point of view. Maybe some of you will say, yeah, but I don't care, it's my life. Cool, it's your life, but from where I'm standing, I can say God saved me from stuff like that. People were always trying to pull me into that life, making me to be a stripper or to be what, but I always knew who I was. We must know who we are, and we must really strive for the better because life is already becoming something we cannot deal with. So let us really look for our self-respect, our dignity, our integrity. These are things that even if we don't have money, I feel good about myself. I respect myself. I can sleep at night. I don't feel like, oh, I can't sleep. What is going on now? That type of thing. So this is Queen Cleopatra. Let us really guard our self-respect. Thank you.